Prepare to get gas because it's time for the Week in Gear. This week, Fender released a surprising signature guitar, Universal Audio take on the high gain world, and an American pickup maker lets us see more colors. This week is sponsored by Guitar Auctions at Gardner Holgate. More about them in a bit. Now, let's kick off this week's most exciting guitar gear releases with those pickups. Seymour Duncan have just announced the new Invader pickups. Well, technically, the Invader pickups are not new at all. They've been around for a while, and some might regard them as a classic pickup choice. But now they come in multiple colors. Ooh. To make it nice and simple, I'll use the words directly from Seymour Duncan. Invader aficionados, you can show off your personal style by choosing from Stargazer, Toxic Yellow, Crimson Red, Lime Green, Frost White, and Raw Nickel, as well as our standard black uncovered Invader. Now, the Invader is a high-output ceramic pickup that I know from artists such as Sinister Gates, Tom DeLonge of Blink-182, of course, and early James Hetfield. So if you're looking to add a little bit of stage presence and fun to your punk rock or metal or hard rock guitar, Seymour Duncan have you covered. That's another joke. There is a bit of a downside because options are slightly limited. They're currently only available as a set, bridge and neck, and only in 6-string versions. But I would hope that you could soon buy just the bridge Invader, as I've never put an Invader in a neck position. I find it kind of weird now. I just know it as the one of the quintessential bridge pickups, and it would also be very cool to see these in 7- and 8-string versions, of course. I want to see this bright yellow 8-string Invader pickup, which in my mind is that big. Also, as a technical question, with the standard black ones being uncovered and these new colorful versions being covered, it begs the question, will there be a tonal difference between the standard black and the new colorful ones? Jimmy Page would probably say yes, and I dare say someone will release a YouTube video comparing covered to uncovered Invaders very soon. And if you are a fellow YouTuber watching this, hello! Also, if you do end up making that comparison video, feel free to give me a shout out and 75% of all your future earnings. Prices in store have not yet been released, but the price is currently $278 direct from Seymour Duncan, and I'm sure Victor will put up some currency conversions on screen for you. Thank you, Victor. Number 4, Kramer have released lots of new and upgraded models that are screaming 1980s shred. Get ready to be bombarded with pictures. There's the Knight V, the Pacer Carrera, the Assault Figured, and the Jersey Star. These are very shreddy guitars, so expect thin necks and humbuckers all around. But aside from the more outrageous shapes and colors, the surprising thing is that these are not as expensive as I thought they would be. The mahogany-bodied Knight V has 2 Kramer USA Eruption pickups, an ebony fingerboard on a thermally aged maple neck, which is a K-Speed C shape, and this is available in royal blue metallic or crimson metallic. I like the crimson one. The updated maple-bodied Pacer Carrera has a Floyd Rose 1000, Seymour Duncan JB and JN pickups, an ebony fingerboard on a slim maple neck, and this is available in ebony or Defender Red. Again, Defender Red for me. Like the Knight V, the mahogany-bodied Assault Figured has 2 Kramer USA Eruption pickups, an ebony fingerboard on a thermally aged maple neck, which is a K-Speed C shape, and this has a Floyd Rose 1000. This one is available in Caribbean Blue perimeter and Magenta perimeter. Finally, I think my favorite of the bunch is the older-bodied Jersey Star, which has an elliptical C-profiled 3-piece maple neck with maple fingerboard, 3 Kramer USA Neptune pickups, and a Floyd Rose 1000. The Jersey Star is available in white pearl and black pearl for all you Pirates of the Caribbean fans out there. I should probably mention that it has quite obviously star inlays and a star on the body as well. And even though it does look a little bit like someone's drawn a Strat from memory, it's definitely my favorite. If only this were in red. And I definitely should not forget that all of these guitars come with a gig bag. I tried to find prices in the regular places that I look for prices, but they were not yet available. So I went to the official Kramer website, and I was obviously just looking in the wrong place because they're slapped all over there. The Night V is $899. The Jersey Star is $1,149. The Assault Figured is $999. And I couldn't find a price for the Pacer Carrera. It just isn't there. But a Pacer Custom with one pickup is around $1,000. So I'm going to guess the price of the Pacer Carrera is around $400. No, I think it's going to be over $1,000. But one can dream. Although now owned by Gibson, Kramer seemed to have a fun outlook on guitars, and they do stuff like with hot dogs on. And I genuinely like looking at Kramer guitars because there seems to be a cheekiness about them. And if you're into shred machines and have a slight sense of humor, I'd love to know what you think of them. So please chime in down in the comments section. But now, it's time to talk about our sponsor, Guitar Auctions at Gardner Holgate. If you're looking for a bucket list guitar or a bargain, Guitar Auctions at Gardner Holgate have some very interesting listings coming up. To see what I'm talking about, go to their website at guitarauctions.co.uk, scroll down and try to avoid their Instagram, and then click on View Catalogue. And here's a tip, they always start the listings on day one with some very enticing little numbers. And just scrolling down, I can probably, Lot 10, 1982 Fender Gold on Gold Stratocaster, £1,200 to £1,500 estimate. Guitar Auctions at Gardner Holgate is a British website and it's all happening in the UK. But if you're not living in the UK, like me, you can still participate because Guitar Auctions will assist you with shipping the guitar out to you. And I've done that several times and it always works flawlessly. Just there is a 1970s red label Yamaha acoustic, and they've got it estimated to go between 100 and 200. Don't bid on that because I might. I wasn't going to show you the pedals, but I've changed my mind because these are too cool not to share. There's that Spectrum, 250 to 350. That's a pretty good price. But up here you've got stuff from JHS at estimates of 50 to 80 quid. Brilliant. The most fun thing, even if you're not going to buy, is just to register to bid and watch the auctions live when you probably should be working. And you can do that by going to any of the items you see in the catalogue and clicking click here to bid. The whole thing starts on Tuesday, the 3rd of September, and all the information you need is on the Guitar Auctions website. Now, back to the show. Welcome back. What a tasty sponsor break. Nom 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 nom. This is the part where I say, if you're enjoying this weekly show, consider that subscribe button and the thumbs up and thumbs down so that more people get to see it in the future. Thank you! I'm still not sure if it's safe to say this on YouTube, but there's a new Fender Acoustasonic. Still here? Okay, cool. This Acoustasonic is the signature model for Billie Eilish's brother. Still here. Wow, cool. That is totally not fair. Phineas is an accomplished producer and much more than that, but I had to put the Billie Eilish thing in there just in case you didn't know who he was, and it's a little bit of fun. Let's talk about the guitar. Actually, there are two guitars, the USA model and the Mexican Player. The USA model is limited edition. This one is an Arctic White Tele-style Acoustasonic with a Shawbucker Acoustasonic humbucker pickup, as seen in the Jazzmaster model, plus a Fishman transducer and a body sensor. So that's 3 pickups. Speaking about the body, it's got a mahogany body and a Sitka spruce top and a deep C mahogany neck. That's deep C, the letter, not deep sea as in where you'd be if you were Captain Jack Sparrow, just to take us back to the Black Pearl. All pretty standard by far, but this Acoustasonic has built-in chorus with 2 positions and a blend. It also has 10 tone settings, which were chosen by Phineas himself. That's obvious, it's a signature model. Who else would choose them? His sister? Probably not. Jack Sparrow? definitely not. Me? Maybe one day. The more affordable Player Series model is missing a few specs from the American one, but not much. Number one is that this has just 6 tone settings, but it does retain the chorus function, which I thought they might cut out and just have this being a special color. It isn't. It's just a Player Series, which have less tone functions. I've just repeated myself. It's almost the same. It's still got the mahogany body as well, and the mahogany neck, and the Sitka spruce top. It is a cappuccino fade, and it's made in Mexico. I originally thought this whole Phineas signature thing was just another cash-in, but Phineas has been playing Acoustasonics live since about 2019. Is it that old? Goodness. So it's more of a natural progression, which I like to see with signature models of guitar stuff, rather than just, oh, here's a pedal, guitar, or amp. Can you put your name on it and we'll double the price? Well done, Fender and Phineas. And indeed, this is the first signature Fender Acoustasonic, and judging by the way Fender are open to collaborating with pretty much anybody these days, I predict this will be the first of many. Mine would, of course, be red and black, with a big old thick neck on it. The prices for these vary wildly depending on where you live, but Victor will pop up those prices on screen now, and you'll see that the US model is substantially more expensive than the Player Series. But the Player Series Phineas is not much more than a regular Player Series. Okay, here's an amp that somewhat confuses me. The Blackstar Debut 30E. E for Echo, which is Blackstar's answer to, I want to play electric guitar, which is the first amp that I should buy? This is a 30-watt 2-channel combo with Blackstar's ISF tone control and digital tape delay. Got a line in for jamming along with backing tracks or listening to music, and there's an emulated speaker line out for silent practice or recording, and there's the one 10-inch speaker. This is available in cream and oxblood or black. The Debut 30E is simply a louder version of the Debut 10E and 15E. So, it's still very much a home-sized practice amp, but with a bit more oomph and welly. I've played the 50-watt R version, and that is a great amp. So my confusion came from this 30 being between the 50 and the 15, begging the question, is it really necessary? But a huge difference is that the 10, 15, and 30s do not have the MOSFET circuit, meaning Blackstar are not claiming that this has a valve-like feel, like they do with the 50 and the new 100-watt version. So, on one hand, it's great to see that Blackstar are now catering for so many different requirements, but on the other hand, even though I've just explained the whole range, I still think it's a bit confusing. And even more confusing because the pricing between the 30 and the 50 can be either very close or very different depending on where you live. If you live in the US, you can pick up a Debut 30E at Sweetwater for $210 versus the 50R at $280. In the UK at Anderton's, excuse me, where was I? Oh yeah. In the UK at Anderton's, the 30E will be £179, but the 50R is only £189, so £10 difference. And in the EU, Thomann will charge you €218 for the 30E, or you can pick up the 50R for €209, which is €9 cheaper. So clearly, if you're in the US, this makes sense, but anywhere else, if space is not an option, and if you're okay with reverb rather than echo, we'll just simply go for the 50R and not turn it up so loud. One thing that I think the 30E has going for it is that it has the little 3.5mm jack sockets on top, which are on the back of the 50 and the 100, I think. And having them on the back of those amps, that is a mistake, because I think that can snap off when you push it up against something. So having them on top, I think, is a better move, Blackstar. Yeah, so basically choose whatever amp you want, you know. I just think the pricing's weird.
Andy's Pick of the Week.
The Universal Audio Anti 1992 High Gain, that's Anti, not Auntie, aims to capture the sound of the Peavey 5150. More specifically, the first generation of 5150s, which are known as the block letter versions. As well as modeling that classic metal sound, the Anti has a built-in noise gate and a Tube Screamer style overdrive for a mid boost and an integrated preamp boost. There's a 3-band EQ, 3 amp channels, rhythm, crunch, and lead, 6 mic and speaker pairings on board, and there's space for 1 preset and a stereo in and stereo out selection of sockets. There's also USB-C and Bluetooth for updates and control of the settings via a smartphone app. Now this is a straight to PA or straight to recording interface pedal, so no external pedals are needed. But here's the kicker. Being universal audio, the sounds that I've heard so far are absolutely stellar, but it is going to cost you a pretty penny. For me, it'll set me back just over 400 euros, which is a lot of money, but if you want to go ampless and your tone is based around this specific collection of sounds, then it could be a noteworthy investment. If it isn't, then it's just not worth buying this pedal, so why are you even considering it? Oh, I know. Probably the same reason I am, because it does feel weird for me to choose a pedal that I haven't played that makes tones that I don't normally play. And the reason I've picked it, and the honest truth is because it's red and I think it's pretty and it excited me more than anything else this week. And also, I was a little bit afraid of choosing the Acoustasonic for fear of getting beaten up in the comments section. There is truth in that. I'm not going to lie to you, I did almost choose the Acoustasonic, but this was prettier and it made me happy looking at it. And that's the pure reason. Yeah, I've never played any of this gear, but I'm just relaying the news to you, you know, but this red pedal made me excited. I know. I'm sorry. It was nice knowing you. Have a nice life. Bye-bye. I truly expect this list to be shorter next week, but thank you to the wonderful people that support the show on Patreon, and their names are up on the screen now. Hello, everybody. Please come back next week. And these people that are on the screen now support the show right here on YouTube. Hello, everybody. I hope you stay as well. Don't leave me. And if you'd like to watch the show and see your name appear on screen, then click the join button right here on YouTube or visit my Patreon link in the video description. And here's a special thanks to the top tier members, done in one breath. Josh Tamberg, Sarang Narayan, Southern Panda 33, PQ Deads, Andrew Morgan, Dustin Bonnet, Gary O'Neill, Doug Paget, Alinta Boston, Boom Shakalaka, Dirk. This prank is officially sponsored by Jason Welch, Buzzle, Michael Myclute Lerner, Buddha Blue, Hugh G. Rection, Pop's Place, April Kurtz, Johnny McBabington, and Robin Kelly. Oh, the burn. Feel the burn. Oh, that was bad this week. Thank you, top tier members, and I've just noticed there are 2 tellies next to each other on screen. That's not a very interesting... Oh no, hang on, I've got a fireman there. Nah, it's Saved by the Fireman. I was going to say it's not a very interesting backdrop this week. But, you know, they're not ornaments, they're instruments. Anyway, remember, you don't need any of this gear to sound good, but who am I to decide that for you? I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Just turned into Rob Chapman at the end. It's not a bad thing.